Random fact of the day. Did you know that across a person's lifetime, the average person spends about 1 full year sitting on the toilet? Which is perfect because today we're judging assholes. Reddit on Wiki starts right now.
Get therapy.
I'm not reading.
Get therapy.
What's up, Wikimaniacs, and welcome to another Am I the Asshole Friday episode. I'm your host today, the Punny Pinoy John, joined with me by my fellow sexy brown, Sean Salvino. Pogi.
I like how you said fellow. Sometimes we do a little self-deprecation a little bit too much, but you're acknowledging your hotness, John, and I'm here for it.
Today I am. I'm feeling good about myself today, not gonna lie.
Every day you are, brother. Every day.
What's new with you, my guy? I'm loving the LWO merch.
Thank you. Shout out people who send stuff to the merch store. I really, going forward, and probably should have this whole time, had a list of who gave what. Because I won't lie, it gets jumbled up. But I should have done that. And once Josh puts the video together of everybody giving us the gifts, he said he's going to do that, I think, a year ago. Then we should, it'll be real easy for me to watch that and make the list. And then going forward, I'll keep track of that. But really, I'm just waiting on Josh. I mean, he's not that busy. I don't know what's holding him up.
I mean, he's only building a house. Like, what?
Yeah, from scratch.
How much
but,
time can that take at someone's day? I mean, the guy is sunburnt for what?
For what? And he's fucking taking days off.
It's fucking slacker. The white devil, he swears. He just tosses like, YouTube got it. YouTube can take care of it. I'm like, the fuck?
He's going to be editing this with a clenched fist.
No, last week's episode when you were like, Josh is going to edit this all out, he just put a text LOL on the screen.
You bastard. You bastard.
But yes, Josh is currently out. We don't know for how long he's going to be out. The man is incredibly busy. So bear with us as we try to make sure that you guys have all the content that you need. But, life has been pretty hectic for us three. And we're floating by. Me and Sean are like still planning things behind the scenes. And best believe we're trying our best, people.
We're doing the best we can.
Absolutely.
And I want to say there really hasn't been that many hiccups besides the occasional no live on a Wednesday.
That's true.
So, I mean, we've been doing pretty good. A little pat on our backs.
We've been doing okay.
Not too bad.
But before we start today's episode, brother, anything you want to promote? The merch on the merch store, people are impressed that it came out the 1st.
It came out on the 1st, and it is now the 7th. We have a record 0 sales, which is to be expected. I really went out on a limb. Y'all asked for Nutman merch, but truly, I don't think anyone can wear that in public, so I get it. I get nobody buying anything. So this is the fastest I've gotten merch up and the least amount of sales we've had corresponding to that. But also, kind of expected, I guess. It is a shirt that says Nutman on it. So a hard sell for most. And again, by the 0 sale, I will say a hard sale by all. But yeah, it is up there if you'd like to peruse it. You got Nutman shirts, Nutman hats, Nutman tote bags, Nutman mugs. Whatever you want to see the Nutman logo on, it's on. So check out the merch store, redditonwikishop.com. That's redditonwikishop.com. Who will be the first? Or will we have the first month ever where we have 0?
0 sale.
Will this be the first one? We'll see.
All right, first story of the day. Of course, this is from r/Am I the Asshole? The title for this one is, Am I the Asshole for telling my sister-in-law to stop coming to my house uninvited when no one is home?
Ooh. Coming to my house uninvited, period, is enough. But to come when, what are you doing when I'm not there? I don't like it. Not the asshole.
All right, let's see how this goes. My wife gave a key to our house to her sister. I thought this was a backup copy in case we lost a set of our keys, but several times over the last few weeks, I have come home to find my sister-in-law at my house when neither I nor my wife are home. She is always at my house to eat. She either makes a lunch with food in the fridge/pantry or helps herself to leftovers, including leftovers from eating out that were brought home. I would fight. I'm throwing
No.
hands. I didn't like this, so I asked my wife to tell her sister to stop, but my wife wouldn't do it. She said she didn't have a problem with it, so I sent a text to the sister in law and told her I wasn't comfortable with her letting herself into my house and taking food without asking, and asked her not to do it anymore. Now, my wife, her sister, her other siblings, and her parents are furious with me. They all say I'm in the wrong and am unreasonable. In their opinion, the sister in law isn't doing anything wrong because none of them would have problems with me doing the same to them. To me, that isn't the issue. I wasn't okay with what the sister in law was doing, so I told her to stop. It's my and my wife's house, not anyone else's. Am I the asshole?
I will say no, but also I'm also thinking you maybe shouldn't have sent the text. You know what I mean? I feel like at least a group text with you and your wife. Because it is your house, and you're right. I'm with you. Nobody should be coming in there if either one of y'all are, uncomfortable with it. If you had a friend that was coming over and she was like, "Nah, I don't really love that guy, would rather him not be there," you gotta abide by that. So I think you gotta really have a more you gotta have the conversation with your wife that doesn't end with, "I guess we're agreeing to disagree," because it's not that. Y'all will both stay there. It's both y'all stuff. I assume some of those groceries, some of that food is yours. I mean, it is because it's your house. So,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm with you 100%. You got to say something, but I think I would have just made it like really crystal clear with my wife. I would hate for her to be blindsided by the text because this should have been an expected outcome of everybody turning on you because your wife is fine with it. You gotta assume the rest of the family are psychos as well. But I'm full on not the asshole, but I just would have had like a more in-depth talk with your partner prior and just been like, "Look, this is really fucking upsetting. Like, I know you don't think it's a big deal because you could do the same at her house. I don't want to do the same at her house. I have my own house with my own food, and I don't want anybody breaking in." Honestly, before I even sent the text, I think I would just change the locks.
Oh, okay. I do like that suggestion. I'm also going 100% not the asshole because to me, I do agree with one part what you said, Sean. Like, I think a secondary reaffirmation of like, hey, I'm not comfortable with your sister doing this shit. And I feel like kind of like what you're saying. I would put the responsibility on my wife to tell her sister, like, hey, stop that shit. Because at the end of the day, that's her sibling. And I feel like
Yeah.
her words weigh a little bit more. But we have, had stories before where anytime we would say, hey, if a partner is not comfortable with something and then the other partner is not having your back, like we went ham on some people about that shit. It's like you should always
Yeah,
have your partner's back, especially when they're saying they're uncomfortable. So part of me
exactly.
also wants to dunk on the wife in this situation because
I think you should.
yeah, if I'm your partner saying like I don't like this stuff, and you were like tough luck, get over it. Like
That's
there's
not
no
good.
problem with it. That's not good because it's like you're coming from a place of concern. Is like what you're saying, Sean. Like this is my house. I possibly also like pay for half of the damn grocery bills. I pay for the damn utilities. I would not want someone snooping in whenever the hell they want at a place where I'm supposed to be comfortable and in the private of my own home. So,
Mhm.
I think two solutions can happen. Like I feel like that reiterating to the wife saying like, "Hey, if you don't stop this shit, then I'm gonna send a text." I think
Yeah,
that would have been the more mature way to do it. But I also don't blame OP for going immediately. Stop that shit. I don't want to deal with this bullcrap anymore.
yeah. I don't blame OP at all. I'm just saying if I was in that situation, I would have one more talk, and then if it still went unfruitful, I'd be like, "Hey, this is what I'm about to send your sister," and then, see what she says from there, and then just send it. I'm
Yeah.
just saying there are steps before that I would have gone, but also, I don't blame you. I'm fucking pissed off. Imagine getting home from work and you're like, "Man, I can't wait to heat up my chicken crispers from Chili's." Not a sponsor.
That
Yeah,
shit hits harder the next day too, not gonna
a
lie.
lot of fried food, a little extra. The second fry in the air fryer,
You know?
not too bad. But yeah, imagine that happening, and then you get home and, your sister-in-law's eating it, dipping it in the fucking gravy. Terrible. I will say this, what if you just, start fucking making your house disgusting or whatever? If everything I'm fucking I'm putting, fucking
Go ahead,
I don't know.
reach down your pants, Sean, and wipe
Not
boot
the
sweat.
Yeah, not that. But I'm I don't know, I'm fucking making the food nasty, I'm dropping smelly, one of those, what are smell bombs? Fart
Oh, like a stink
sprays?
bomb?
Yeah, stink bomb. I'm stink bombing my own fucking place. I'm going ham. I'm not gonna make my place livable.
Find the sauce that this sister-in-law hate the most, and just
Dunk it on all your food.
spread.
Oh, the bomb from the fucking hot ones or whatever. Put the bomb on everything.
That's how I know to get Sean. Just put ketchup all over my leftovers. I know
Jesus
this fucker ain't
Christ.
never eating anything.
It's for you. Honestly, if I want to lose weight, I just need to put ketchup on everything in the fridge, and then wow, dude, I'm so fucking skinny. It's crazy.
Reddit went not the asshole for this one. Been there, done many, commented, get a key to their house and start making your lunches. And then more people are commenting down below that. They said, make breakfast at 5 a.m. Also, make a midnight snack.
At the sister-in-law's place?
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably better than destroying your own place. That makes a lot more sense.
Make your place smells like crap.
My place smells like shit. Ha, who won? Shit, still you?
Oh, all right. Next story of the day. This one is from r/Am I Wrong from Kevlar Hart. The title is Am I Wrong for Refusing to Babysit My Sister's Kids After Finding Out Her Overtime Was Actually a Spa Day?
I'll say no, because that is a lie. But also, if my sister had told me, "Hey, I need a spa day. Can you watch the kids?" I would do it the same. You know what I mean? Whether it's overtime or a spa day, just let me know what's going on. Well, once you lie to me, then fuck that. You've lost your privileges. I'm no longer going to help you do anything. Trust me, I'd love to spend time with my nieces and nephews. That is not a problem. Especially if you're giving me heads up notice, like weeks in advance or whatever. Great, love that. But to find out you lied to me, then I'm like, well, I'm not going to reward your bad behavior. So I don't know.
Let's see where this goes. My sister has been dumping her 2 kids, both 4 and 6, on me every single Saturday for the last 2 months.
Every single Saturday is a lot.
That's a lot.
I will say.
4 and 6 as well. They're pretty rowdy.
How long does it say?
It says every single Saturday for the last 2 months.
Okay. I wonder how long.
It doesn't say how. Actually, let's see how long it says. Her excuse was always the same. Her accounting firm is understaffed and she needs to grind through the weekend to hit her targets. So I'm guessing probably maybe half a work day or maybe a work day, maybe 4 to 8 hour range in my guess.
Again, I love my nieces and nephews. Would love to hang out with them. I do think every week maybe I would do that, to be honest. But I now know that she's lying, so I'm upset. But it's hard for me to take this unbiased.
Since I work from home and don't have kids of my own, I figure I'd help out. I didn't mind it at first, but it is basically a full-time unpaid shift watching 2 toddlers who think my living room is an MMA ring. Last weekend, I was strolling through Instagram while the kids were finally napping and saw a story from one of her friends. My sister was tagged in a video at a luxury spa resort about an hour away, sipping mimosas by the pool. This was at 2 p.m. on a Saturday when she was supposed to be buried in spreadsheets at the office. I took a screenshot and sent it to her immediately.
Yikes.
Your face was like, what?
Yikes. I mean, I would be livid. If this was once a month and I had been lied to, I still would have been mad. I still would have been like, that's shitty. Can't believe you did that. But every week? You're lying to me every week?
Yeah. And it seemed like OP wasn't even tripping about it. They acknowledged hey, I work from home. I'm single. I'd
Yeah.
help my sister out. And to your point, why don't you just fucking be a grown up and talk to me? Say you need help. I'm here. I'm fucking your community. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Because honestly, if you just were like, hey, I need a spa day, or hey, I got a friend's birthday brunch. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Get to hang
Yeah.
out with them. And it's crazy that you're not even getting, comped for, I think you got to get comped for food. You got to get, and then activities, you got to get comped for that too. Maybe I just have, good siblings that will just, I don't even ask to get comped. They'll be like, hey, what do you want for your meal while you watch them? I'm gonna get my kids the same thing, type of shit. So it's just, it's crazy to be like, not help at all. I think, I don't know.
Because there's a common understanding, right? Like they'll actually be like, "Hey, I need help, Sean. Could you please help me out?" And you're like, "Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, for
Hell yeah!"
sure.
So then they have the common courtesy to be like, "Oh, since my brother's helping me out, I'm gonna get him lunch." That's like a fair deal, especially when you offer to help.
Yeah.
To keep going, when she came to pick them up, she didn't even look embarrassed. She just laughed and said she deserved a mental health day and that I shouldn't be so dramatic about it. I told her that if she can afford a $300 spa day, she can afford a real babysitter. I informed her that I'm busy this coming Saturday and every Saturday after that. Now, our parents are blowing up my phone saying I'm being a bad brother and that
You watch
moms
him.
need a break.
You watch him. I'm so sick of these Reddit stories where everyone's blaming OP when they also could just do the same shit. You make 0 sense.
They think I should just keep doing it because I'm already at home anyway. I told them if they feel so bad for her, they can watch the kids themselves. I'm
Exactly.
probably done being the family's free labor source. So am I wrong?
Hell no. Also, going forward, if you ever did want to do this, I'm gonna need that cash. Show me the money.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying for their meals and mine. You know what I mean? This is fucked. Because how am I ever supposed to believe you now? Was it a spa day every goddamn weekend? Were you doing overtime and then you were just like, well, let's end my overtime era with one last spa day? But even then, just tell me the fucking truth. I'm an adult. You're an adult. It's fine. You know what I mean? I love my nieces and nephews. Fuck it. I'll hang out with them, but don't lie to me.
And there's one thing I do agree with what the parents said in the scenario. Moms, parents, they need a break. But
For sure.
don't don't lie about this situation. OP was already willing and he was like, "Hey, I'm willing to watch. I'm willing to help out because I understand how busy life can get. I understand how exhausting having kids is and freaking like I'm free on a weekend. What are we doing here?" And it's like I do hate the fact that you brought this up too, Sean. Why are we keep blaming OP for putting their foot down and saying like I don't want people stepping on me anymore. Like if you didn't lie to me, if you just told me the truth, there wouldn't have
Yeah.
been no problems. And the fact that like I sent you a screenshot saying like have you been lying to me this whole time and you laugh at my face instead of saying sorry, like I fucked up, I won't lie to you again. Maybe this would have been like avoided. Maybe there could have been like forgiven. But nah, you're just like, well, you're already home anyways. Why don't you just fucking those are your kids. You chose to have two damn kids. The OP probably chose to be like, I don't want to deal with this shit. So why are we putting the burden on someone who doesn't have children?
Also, if you're an accountant, I imagine you work long days during the week, and then when do you see your kids? Sunday only? The
Mm,
fuck is going on? Also,
mm.
I mean, I guess if you're a single mom, that would be, that's difficult stuff. You know what I mean? Babies are expensive. Because I am like, where's the partner in all this? Do they not
That
exist?
too, yeah.
Which sounds like, the 0 mention, maybe it does, which makes me feel a little bit bad for slamming on this person, but also not really because they're a liar.
They're liars.
I keep going back to it. If this was, 2 months, so let's say 7 weeks of overtime, I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Get your money. It's hard out here. I get it. And then you want to reward yourself with a spa day. But if it's been a spa day every single week, you you gotta be refreshed. How much more refreshed can you get? Every week? I can't even imagine getting a massage I mean, what a life to get a massage
That would
every.
be nice, not gonna lie.
But it's just like, I don't know, you can't be that Well, I mean, I don't want to downplay being an accountant and a single mother. That's very hard. I can't imagine. But I mean, a spa day every week,
But
it gets
like
egregious.
in this situation too, hypothetically, the sister was a single mom. Wouldn't you want to be in the good graces of the people that offers you help instead of like burning bridges of a possible resource that you have, though? You know what I'm
True.
saying?
I mean,
So
yeah.
I mean, like at this point, like if if like hypothetically they were a single mom, yeah, that's incredibly difficult to do. Like maybe they don't get to have free time, or maybe they don't get to enjoy a lot of other things because of how busy they are at work. But don't burn bridges at the people that are willing to fucking help you cross over it, bro. Like what are we doing
Yeah.
here?
You have the grandparents there. I assume you have friends. You're going to spa day with friends, so I assume you have friends. Why don't we share the load? Why are we, why are we wrecking the one sibling? And again, not wrecking, because I'm sure OP doesn't have a problem spending. I feel bad ragging on the kids,
I mean, the
but
place was getting wrecked because they said they were
yeah,
treating the place like a damn MMA ring.
MMA cage. But yeah, it's just eight straight weeks, and then to find out you've been being lied to. How do you
Mhm.
not take that personally? You know what I mean? I don't get why
Yeah.
everyone's upset at you now. It's not like you were lying. You were doing work.
OP deemed OP wasn't wrong. J-Wax commented, "Do your parents know she lied to you?" And then OP commented back, "Yes, and they literally do not care." So fuck those parents as well.
Y'all watch the kids.
For real. And then Face Opposite 5327 commented, "If she can afford a $300 luxury spa resort, she can easily afford to hire an actual babysitter for her kids instead of tricking you." To which OP
Exactly.
responded, "Exactly. It's the entitlement that kills me."
And it's wild that, again, hate to rag on, this person, especially if they're a single mom, but if best case scenario is that she worked for 7 weeks and then wanted to reward herself this last week, take your kids to your goddamn parents' house, take your sibling to the spa with you. They watch your kids for
Or
7 weeks.
or just fucking tell OP. That's the easiest
Really,
solution.
the nicest thing, I mean, if you're going on a spa day, you gotta, yeah, I don't know. I think you're hoeing your sibling nasty. Take them to the goddamn spa. They've been watching your kids for 7 weeks.
Damn, give him a meal at least. Damn, do what fucking Sean's siblings are doing. Cut the man some fucking steak or some shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Ugh. All right. Moving on to the next story. This one is from Liba, so it is. And this is from r/am I the asshole. The title is "Am I the asshole for refusing to cover for my best friend after years of always helping her?"
Nah.
All right. I, 22 female, have been best friends with this girl for years, but there's one situation that's always stayed with me, and I'm wondering if I overreacted. A few years ago, before she started dating her now boyfriend, she had a crush on him. She was too nervous to talk to him directly, so she created a fake social media account. The problem is, she used one of my email addresses to create it, so my name was tied to the account. For months, around 4 to 6 months, based on what they said, she talked to him anonymously through that fake account. Eventually, things ended badly between them, and he never found out who was actually behind it. Later, they started talking through their real accounts and eventually got into a relationship. At some point, he randomly asked her about my last name, and when she told him, he realized that the fake account had been connected to my email and assumed I was the one behind it. She panicked because she was terrified he'd leave her if he found out the truth. She called me crying, apologizing, and asking what to do. I told her she could let him believe it was me. She explained to him that I had made the fake account, that she hadn't known about it at first, and that we already had a huge fight over it. None of that was true, but I agreed because I didn't want her relationship to fall apart. Even though I technically gave her permission, I felt awful afterward. It felt like I'd taken the blame for something that I never did. I was hurt that she'd put me in that position in the first place, and we stayed distant for a while but eventually repaired our friendship. Months later, she knitted a sweater for her boyfriend. She couldn't tell her parents it was for him, so she told them it was a gift for me instead. She asked me to beat up because she wanted to take photos pretending to give me the sweater for her parents, but she was actually planning to hand it to her boyfriend afterwards. The moment she told me, I got that same feeling I'd had before, that I was only being included because she needed me to cover for her again. I made an excuse and I didn't go. We're still friends now, but our friendship has never really felt the same since then. So am I the asshole for feeling used, even though I technically agreed to help her both times?
Yeah, no. I mean, you effectively didn't do anything at all besides just be like, "Yeah, sure," and then feel bad about it. Yeah, I don't know. I think, you just gotta tell her like, "Hey, I still feel bad, but I don't know what was the goal of the fake email?"
I think essentially, I think the friend was kind of shy to talk to her current boyfriend, which they were trying to talk to back then. So they were trying to talk anonymously to, I don't know, it sounds catfishy to me, to be honest.
It sounds like to me, had the fake account with your email, which why didn't you just make a new email? I don't know why she used yours.
Hmm.
And then tried to maybe talk to this guy and get information, like maybe flirting, like whenever she talked to him on her real account, she's like, "Wow, this is my favorite thing. It's your favorite thing too? That's crazy." That's what I'm assuming happened because I really am having a hard time understanding what her strategy was with the fake email. I am confused as to why that was needed at all or like how that helps her get the guy. But yeah, I don't know. She just continuously, at least 2 times, put you in like a weird position and then like
Hmm.
in despair, and like freaking out. And what else are you gonna do besides being like, yeah, I guess do that. You know what I mean? So it's just put you in a rock and a hard spot. And of course you want to help your friend, but then of course you're gonna feel gross after it because like what you said, would that person be dating her otherwise if he had known that he had been lied to? Who knows? I mean, essentially, she made you an accomplice in her weird plots and schemes that I don't
Yeah.
understand.
I think that's what Reddit is kind of caught up with. So you were not the asshole, right?
Yeah.
So the flair for Reddit was everyone sucks here. And the top comment for this one, everyone sucks here. A friend comes to you and tells you she's worried her boyfriend will find out about this major lie and break up, and your suggestion
Mm,
is to lie further. You should have told her to come clean then and there. You tell her it's okay for her to use you, then feel bad about her using you. Of course she's
fair.
wrong as well because where the fuck are her own morals and values for his friendship? I do think that ultimately the friend is the evil in the situation because like what you were mentioning, what are her intentions, towards the guy in the initial, conversation, trying to get at them? Is she trying to let him on in like in some weird way, like trying to, betray him in some capacity? And to me, OP sucks a little bit because yeah, your friend is kind of a manipulative liar. And like this boyfriend seems to be like innocent in all this, like they don't know what's going on. Essentially,
Yeah,
they got lied to, and you still enabled her to lie
that's
further.
true. It's like if a friend comes to you and is like, "My partner's gonna break up with me if they find out about this," maybe y'all should break up. Maybe you shouldn't
Yeah.
have done that thing. So yeah, I get that everybody sucks here.
Yeah. If it was like if it's one of those like, white lie situation, like hypothetically the situation was just lying to the parents. I mean, lying to the parents does suck a little bit because like
Mhm.
but that comes in the territory of like being a child, like, oh, don't tell my mom like I'm actually hanging out, at someone else's house, but can you just tell them I'm here? That's fine in my opinion. I feel like every kids have experienced that in some capacity. To me,
Yeah,
there was kind of like a victim in this scenario is the boyfriend of not knowing like,
the full
oh,
truth.
was she fucking weird? Like, why did she have to, create a fake ad? Because it's catfishing. You know what I mean? Like, that's basically like starting their relationship on a foundation of a lie.
Yeah.
So for the friend or for OP to cover that up, I think that's what makes me think like she sucks in this scenario as well. And then she also like, she's kind of being an asshole to herself, because she's kind of letting this friend manipulate and like walk all over her.
Yeah.
Oh, but ultimately, I hate the friend in this scenario because they're obviously a liar and a
The
manipulator
biggest evil, and then,
for
yeah,
sure.
I think for sure OP, now you bring that up, yeah, everyone sucks.
All right, moving on to the next story. This one is from r/am I the asshole. The title for this one is "Am I the asshole for buying 11 pounds of ground beef during a sale and not giving someone a package when there was none left?"
Wait, 11 pounds?
11 pounds.
I'll say not the asshole.
Okay.
Wait, I'm not gonna lie. I missed the second half.
Let me let me read the title again. Am I the asshole for buying 11 pounds of ground beef during a sale and not giving someone a package when there was none left?
You snooze, you lose. Yeah, I stand by what I said.
All right, let's see how it goes. For background, I eat a lot of ground beef, and since it's been getting more expensive, I buy a bunch when it's on sale, and I vacuum seal it and put it in my extra freezer.
Hell yeah.
I currently have none left in my meat reserves, so when I saw the sale, I wanted to stock up.
Meat reserves. That sounds awesome.
Like some people, I've seen some people have, those kind of like a rectangular freezers or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit
yeah.
like that, and they just put a bunch of frozen meat there and it'll last them forever. I'm like, man, that's kind of cool.
Survivalist.
Yeah. Um, the sale started yesterday, and I went to the store and I found the ground beef that was on sale. There were 8 packages that were 3 to 4 pounds each, and I took 3 packages and did the rest of my shopping. Near the end of the trip, I realized I forgot something and went back to get it. It was near the ground beef section. I went to go get it, and someone apparently saw the ground beef in my cart and came up to me. They were mad that I took all the ground beef and didn't leave any more for anyone else, and that I'm really rude for doing that. They wanted me to give them one of my packs of meat, and I just said no. And I
Suck my
walked away.
ass. You didn't even come at me in a nice way to ask. You fucking came rude as fuck. What the fuck are you talking about? Had you asked nicely, maybe I would have considered it. You dickhead. Fuck you.
When I got home, I told my husband about the interaction, and he asked why I didn't give them a package.
'Cause fuck them. That's why.
I told him, you kind of said it too, Sean. I told him if they asked nicely, sure, I would have given one up. But boy, if you're coming at me hot like that,
Yeah,
you
what
want me
the
to give
fuck?
you my meat? Hell nah. This meat's only reserved for one person and one person only. And it's not a lot either, which is unfortunate. But after hearing them rant about me essentially being a meat hoarder and calling me rude, I didn't want to. Especially because I did not take all the packs. I took less than half that was there, and the store was closing in less than an hour, so I assumed there was going to be restocked before opening the next day. He said I still should have given the person one of the packs and gone back another day to get more. In this economy, bitch, with the gas? Fuck you, husband. So am I the asshole for buying 11 pounds of ground beef during a sale and not giving someone a package when there was none left?
Fuck no. You're fucking again. It's just like you're gonna come at me yelling and accusing me of things that didn't happen. There were 8, bitch. I took 3. Somebody else took the last one. Also, if there was one left and you got it, are you now the asshole for not leaving it there for someone else? What the fuck are you talking about? If I could have more, I would have grabbed all 8 now. I wish I had. Just to flex on your weak ass, stupid bitch. Fuck you
It's like
coming
you
at me.
snooze, you lose.
Yeah, exactly right. I would have just laughed in their face. The fuck you talking about?
You saying you missed me having this type of visceral reaction. I also missed this visceral reaction from
Because that's crazy. What you talking about?
Reddit deemed not the asshole. Someone commented, not the asshole. There were 8 packages. You took 3 and left 5 for others.
And you know what? Even if there was 3 and I took 3, sorry, bitch. What do you want me to do? Not my fault that the store didn't buy enough. I'm fucking sick of this shit.
I think they're just mad that they didn't get there on time, so they lashed out when they saw you. Like you said, if only they've asked nicely, you would have given them some. That's on them. Their bad temper got them no meat.
Exactly. Fuck. I wish you took all 8 now. I wish you took all fucking 8.
Oh, all right. Moving on to the next story. This one is from r/am I the butt face. This one is titled, Am I the butt face for being bothered by how much my friend group handles paybacks?
Paybacks as in like splitting a check, or payback as in, I don't know, It sounds more devious when you say payback.
You know what they say, payback's a bitch.
I know. And there a WWE pay-per-view called Payback?
It's gonna be a steel chair, brother.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
Are you going asshole or not the asshole?
I'll go not the asshole because I am weary.
All right, story goes as this. This might get a bit chaotic, but I'll try to keep it short. A short while ago, I bought 10 tickets for the cinema for the whole group. Normally, it is always handled that one buys, the other pays their part back, so there's no seating problems, and I just assumed it would be no different this time, so there was never an explicit, pay me back later, or I'll invite everyone. Well, the cinema came and went, and not one person even mentioned the payback. At this point, I could have just gone to them and asked directly, but I decided against it, thinking it would just be a nice little treat for everyone.
Tickets are expensive, brother. I mean, unless you're going on a Tuesday when they have that nice, what is it?
Was it
$5 to
$5
6?
Tuesday or something like that?
Yeah, that's the shit. That's when I try to watch movies. I'm not trying to watch movies any other day, to be quite honest.
Unless I explicitly hear someone say, hey, bro, I got you, or like, hey, don't worry about it, I'm thinking I'm always on a hook, like paying people back.
Yeah. I have a friend that's really good about being like, after, one of us pays something, they'll like text the group, be like, hey, how much do we owe you? Like collectively as a group. He's really good about that because low-key I'd be forgetting sometimes, to be honest. I'm not as kind as OP, where he's just like, this is a nice treat. I just dead ass forget.
Hell no. When we were in a trip with my parents, like every time we'd go to dinner, we just, unless I explicitly like, hey, this dinner's on me, at the group chat, I'm like, all right, this is how much everyone owes. Like, this is everyone's
Yeah.
bill. The fuck it is, and I'm converting that shit euros to dollars, so I'm like not gonna be short shifted for the fucking shit.
Ain't no one fucking me.
Hell no, we're gonna plan this trip. Y'all better pay for fucking dinner. Are you kidding me right now? And I paid for most of the dinners too, so I'm like, y'all got me fucked up. Not even a week later, we were planning the next visit, and someone else bought the tickets and just immediately asked for their money back, which is their right. Please don't get me wrong. It's kind of like your friend. Like your friend's pretty good at that. But it is still kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So I countered with a, what about the money I paid last week? And just got shamed and told I should have asked for it. That it's not their responsibility to think of that if I don't say anything. And everybody agreed.
Because everyone owes you money. That's why everyone agreed.
That's why they don't want to pay you back.
Also, if you can't pay somebody back for a movie, don't go to the movies.
Like I said, they're technically right. I could/should just ask for it back. And they obviously have the right to ask for their money back when they pay. But it just feels kind of weird that everyone seems to just assume. Yes, I would get paid back if I asked, but if the person who paid doesn't, I would at least ask them, hey, what about the money? Do you want that back? And even if it's just assume it's an invite, would a little thanks for that hurt? So am I the butt face for being bothered by all of this?
I think, one, you probably shouldn't be bothered, to be honest. I think, you said it yourself. It's a nice treat. And you knew there was going to be another movie night. This sounds like it happens every week. So it does seem weird to go one whole week at being like, what a nice treat. Who cares? And as soon as the next movie comes up, to be like, well, what about my payment? I mean, had you forgotten and then you messaged the group like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like, this is how much everybody owes me for last week. Maybe this week me and you are just even because I paid last week, you paid this week. You know what I mean? But to go one full week of being like, it's a treat from me. And then as soon as the next one happens to be like, well, what about me? Like, part of me is like, I want to say like, no harm. Because OP does have the right to bring it back up and be like, yo, what the fuck? But also, you've thought about it all week and you've been like, what a treat from me. I'm a nice guy. And then flip of a switch, now you're like, wait, I kind of want that.
I kind of want the money back.
Yeah. Which, if you did want the money back, you just hit him with the, oh yeah, I forgot to take payment last week. Y'all just pay me the same what you're paying homeboy or whatever.
Yeah.
But you went about it in kind of like a passive aggressive way, I think. Kind of like a, whoa, why are we all paying him? What about me? Then it's I fully went from the end of you talking about the story to being like, yeah, not really the asshole. So after talking about it, really thinking this guy's fucking weird, to be honest.
Because the reason why I picked this story, I had a feeling that you were gonna go like this because this is how you guys corrupted my brain with Tim Robinson. I feel like I was reading a Tim Robinson story because it's like, I don't know, just the way that OP was like, but what about me?
He's reading that text. Oh yeah, everybody owes me this much. What? We can ask for money? What are you talking about?
But I see again, kind of going back to my original point, like unless I specifically hear that, hey, I got you or don't worry about it, like I as a friend would be like, I'm gonna owe you money.
Yeah.
Would it be nice to be reminded? Sure, because as someone who forgets damn near everything, I like being reminded sometimes.
Yeah.
But I kind of am in the fence, kind of like you are. Like after like reading this like a few times, it's the approach to me. It's like the what
Yeah.
about me after a week? Because part of OP's like argument like towards the beginning is just like, oh, this is a nice treat, you know, like I'm a good guy, like I'm a good friend.
Yeah.
And then
you
all
can't
of a
live
sudden
on the
it's like
good
this.
vibes for a week and then be like,
Yeah.
flip of the switch. That's I went from OP's not the asshole to OP's the asshole to I think everybody sucks.
That's kind of where I'm leaning because does OP deserve to get their money back? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I mean, if they were just like all of a sudden like, hey, because it wasn't explicitly said like, hey, this is my treat today. You know what I mean? So because that wasn't said, I feel like yeah, if like let's say you do that and you didn't tell me like, hey, bro, I got you. 2 months later, be like, hey, you know. As a matter of fact, that wrestling show that we took, like, do you mind if I get paid for that? I'm like, oh, dude, fuck yeah. My bad for not, you know, giving you the money immediately, but thank you for reminding me. That should have been the reaction from the friends. But the fact that they were like, nah, fuck that, bro. Like, you didn't ask. I ain't giving you shit. Those
they're
makes the
asking-
friends assholes.
Yeah. Because they're talking like there's statutes of limitations. Like it was so long ago. It was a week ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long, brother. It's 7 days, 6 days. So to act like, oh man, well, you passed your limit. It's too late to ask for money. One, I don't think it is, you know, I think maybe a year probably is a little late. I would say a year is probably a little late for that. But like, you know, within reason. You know what I mean? And I think you're within reason. But I also think your approach was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's.
I
think we both kind of landed in the same conclusion with this, and it was kind of split in the subreddit. Am I the butt face? Rat Trap 79 put, you got taken advantage of. LOL. These aren't real friends, which in a way that is still pretty true.
No, I think it is true.
And then Roscoe commented, you should have stuck to the norm or said something like, hey, my treat tonight, but really you should have followed the norm. Now you're the petty butt face. To kind of where we landed, you should have said something like, you know, I think you should use your mouth.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't be living all week being like, man, I'm a good guy.
I'm such a good guy.
I'm a good guy, dude.
All right, last story for today. And peek behind the scene, Wikimaniacs. Like, this is just something that I randomly pulled off on the Am I the Asshole subreddit. We were going through the stories pretty fast and didn't want to short shift you. So this is a random story. I did not read it yet, so we're both live reacting on the fly. Don't know what's gonna happen. So this one is from r/Am I the Asshole from Conscious Goose 9518. The title is, am I the asshole for telling our 18-year-old daughter she can't go on a trip to Miami with her boyfriend's family?
With her boyfriend's family? Well, I assume y'all are underage. The kids are underage. So, yeah, I mean,
it says 18-year-old daughter.
Oh, 18-year-old daughter. Maybe this is just the trauma of living in a strict household. But if you're living under their roof, you know what I mean? You're not paying rent. You kind of got to listen, I guess. And then again, this is my own lived experience of being in a strict household. So I get it if you think I'm wrong.
The way I just I think as soon as I turn 18, like I'd be like, all right, mom, see you in a couple days. I'm going to be in Vegas.
I was 23 with a bedtime, brother. So I mean, we just live different lives. What can I say?
Story goes as this. My daughter's 18 and starts her dream college in a couple of months. For the past 2 years, she has spent almost all of her free time at her boyfriend's house. We've asked her to spend more time with her family, but nothing has changed.
Yeah, that'll get a teenager to want to hang out at the house more.
Recently, she asked at the last minute to sleep over at a friend's house. We said no because it was so last minute. She turned off her location anyway, and the next night, she stayed at her boyfriend's house. At 2 a.m., she called us for a ride home, and when we arrived, his parents had just gotten home from the airport and had no idea she had been staying there. The next day, we told her we wanted to have a serious conversation about trust and respect before she went back to her boyfriend's house. While we were in the middle of talking, her boyfriend came to our door asking her to dinner. We said no because we're still having the conversation. She left with him anyway. The following day, his parents texted us asking if she could go to Miami with them for their son's tennis tournament. We later learned they had already bought her plane tickets before asking us. This isn't the first time. They previously wanted to take her on a 2-day trip, and when we said no because she had a dental appointment, a college orientation Zoom, and a graduation party, they told us it would really help their son emotionally because he's having a hard time with her getting into her dream college. And they put, for context, before this, there was a chance they would attend the same school. At this point, we don't want her to go to Miami. We feel like trust has been broken, our boundaries have been ignored by both our daughter and her boyfriend's family, and buying a plane ticket before getting our approval across the line. We know she's legally an adult, but she still lives at home, doesn't pay rent, has access to a car and phone, and we're getting ready to foot the bill for college, and we're trying to maintain some family boundaries before she leaves. So am I the asshole for saying she shouldn't go?
Hot take? I think no. One, I was already saying no before all the context added on that, she's being kind of, a brat. And then also the parents are, I think it's really weird to have bought the plane ticket without talking to us. Um, I know it's always kind of like a hard, you got to be like not too hard on it because then you're just going to drive your kid over there and away from you guys. But also, at what point do you put your foot down? You know what I mean? You're getting fucking trampled over by your daughter, by the boyfriend, by the parents. The fact that she was able to leave the house mid conversation to go get dinner with the boyfriend, the fact that the boyfriend wasn't like, "Oh shit, my bad," and then like left, been like, oh, "Okay, this is a family thing, my bad." The fact that he took her to the dinner, I don't know. It's just all around red flags. I feel like they don't take you seriously at all. I don't know what I would do in this situation, low key, because it's always like you don't want to drive them to that thing. But I mean, sounds like they've already driven over there. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to put your down at some point. And I would be telling the parents, I'm like, had you not bought the tickets prior, I think maybe there's a conversation to be had. Now that you've, completely essentially taken us out of the picture of this decision, that's kind of disrespectful. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's an adult. If you want to do that, I guess just go live there. I don't know. Maybe this is really bad advice from me, but and this is my strict household upbringing, maybe coming through. But it's just, I don't know. There's too many steps of disrespect in here. I just think at one point you gotta give a no, and you gotta be taken seriously. But also, I don't know. Maybe I'm real off.
Actually, Sean, I think this can either go either way. Either people are on our side or we're going to get yelled at for this because I am also joining you with this hot take. So
Yeah,
I didn't
I'm
really get
ready
the
to
chance
get
to like
yelled at. I'm ready to get yelled
same
at.
same and to me I mean seeing the story for the first time because obviously I didn't get to read it beforehand. Um this screams hella American to me, or hella westernized or Western type of interaction with parents. Because you brought up a lot of valid points, and these are the same points that had me like, oh shit, what the fuck? That would never be me. Um,
Yeah.
to your point, like anytime, yes, I did do a lot of like stupid shit as a teenager, but I would always let my parents know, like, hey, I am doing dumb shit, but I'm here and I'm safe, type shit, right? Like there was
Mhm.
still that level of respect in that regards. Like, but they trusted me enough to be like, I know if push comes to shove, like you're gonna call us if there's anything, which I applaud the daughter for doing in that certain situation. Like, hey,
For sure.
and I also applaud the parents for stepping in and be like, you know what, you are there. Like, you called us. We're gonna be here to step up. The boyfriend situation irked me because, like you said, if I see a family thing going on, I would, as a person, maybe just the way we were raised. I would be like, "Oh shit, I'm out of here," because this is
Yeah.
this is your family dynamic. I have none part of it. Call me when everything is settled, or just let me know whenever you're free. Type shit. I would never interfere in like maybe it's the Asian in me and the Filipino in us that's just like that's a whole that's something that we would never cross.
Yeah.
So and then the other point that you brought up, the fact that yes, OP or the kid is legally an adult. We acknowledge that. However, comma, to your point in the very beginning, the parents are still in the hook for a lot of things like, going to college, like, they're just still taking care of her, like everything financially. She has access to all this and that. Are those the parents' responsibility? Absolutely yes. But in some ways, they do kind of have a say of like, what's going on. The other parents buying her ticket and just disrespectfully disregarding, you know, OP's like, well, it would have been nice to have that conversation. You're right. I think that like where in this story or where in the scenario going on, like where can you like put your foot down as a parent and say like, hey, we're just trying to spend a little bit more time with you because you're about to go away. Why are you acting like a fucking brat right now in this scenario?
Yeah. I mean, I'm paying for your rent. I'm paying for your college. You know, I pretty
Mind
much,
you, that's their responsibility as parents. Like I'm gonna put
yeah,
that first and foremost. That's their job.
for sure.
But
I
also,
will say this. Uh, yes, rent for sure. That's the response. The school, I would say not 100% the responsibility of the parent. Uh,
that's true. I mean,
I
I'd
think
fucking
that
gave my body away for school.
maybe that's a hot take on my part because you do want to set your kids up for success. You want them to go to college for sure. But also at the end of the day, it's just like, as if you were a scholarship, I think. And then again, this isn't just one time breaking the rules. It's like, I fear she doesn't respect you at all. So it's many times breaking the rules and many times going over your head. And it just feels like at a certain point, you gotta cut off like an entitled, spoiled person. If you wanna and then if she wants to be like, "Well, I'm 18, I'm an adult, I can go to Miami," then be an adult, I guess. You know what I mean? And stop taking our money. If you're gonna stop living under c at a certain point, we gotta have a mutual respect. If this whole time, like, the daughter was a good kid, essentially. I mean, not saying that the daughter's a bad kid, but clearly they don't respect their parents. If the daughter and the parents had like a mutual sign of respect and the Miami thing came up and you're kind of iffy about it, I'd be like, relax, let them go to Miami. But there hasn't been one good sign of respect at all. And maybe this is the Asian in me. You know what I mean? I don't know. But it just, like I said earlier, at what point do you put your foot down? You got to at some point, right? You can't just soft parent forever. There's got to be some line.
Yeah, there's gotta be some boundaries. So, I
We
Reddit
could
deemed asshole.
we might get roasted. Reddit deemed asshole?
That's fine.
All right,
That's
man.
fine because
We're
it's
about to
like
get fucking roasted.
this is this. I mean, I can relate. That was kind of the upbringing that I had too. It's just like, yeah, there are times when you rebel as a teenager and you do a lot of dumb shit as a teenager, but there's still that baseline level of respect for your parents. Like that's kind of what's ingrained in our culture. It's just like, and then every other thing too, like there's already obvious signs of disrespect from like, the boyfriend side of the house. Like, what do you mean you're still gonna fucking scoop her up when they're having a conversation with their parents? What do you mean your parents already bought them a fucking ticket to fly without even consulting, to OP and shit? So I don't care. Yell at us all you want, but this is I feel like this was our upbringing and this is like the experience that we have. So that's
Yeah.
kind of the perspective that we
Like,
have on this shit.
because I can understand why y'all think that. That's why we're saying, feels like we're saying a hot take. So I totally get the other side. But at what point do you parent? You know what I mean? And I don't know. It just seems like you're getting walked all over. Can you read some of the comments? I would like to see.
Yep. So, top comment, you're the asshole. They put, you're not trying to maintain some family boundaries, you're trying to maintain control. Which
She hasn't had
No
control the whole
control.
time. There's been zero control because the kid is doing whatever she fucking wants. Am I crazy?
And then
I don't know.
They put absolutely this. OP, this will backfire so bad. The second she leaves for college, you will not see her again if you don't treat her like an adult. Hug her and wish her a nice trip to Miami. Don't be that clingy and controlling parent. I don't
know
see it.
because again, she's had zero control. I don't know if this is a she. I forget. They have had zero control this whole time of this kid. They're telling the kid, "Hey, we're having a serious conversation. You can't go out to dinner." Kid goes to dinner. Hey, you can't have a sleepover. This is a little bit too last minute. Kid goes on the sleepover. It's not like the kid has been controlled at all. So I just think trying to maintain some control is cap. And again, this is just our upbringing, I guess.
And then I kind of a comment, I guess, a little bit on our side. They put, it's also possible that given the daughter's age, she's just displaying the normal teenage tendencies to start to pull away from family as part of individualization that is typical as teens become adults. The daughter may come back around, but only if her parents give her the space to make her own choices and stop trying to treat her like a child. But
seems like she's had a lot of space. Is all I'm saying.
The first part is what I agree. Like, yes, normal, this is a teenage tendency. I was like that. Like, even when like I'm mentioning, like, I did a lot of dumb shit as a teenager, but I did come back around and, like, treat my parents as well as possible. But there's still that healthy level. I'm like, hey, there's a realization of like, I am the child and there are my parents. Again, maybe it's because of our Filipino upbringing. This is traditionally how it is for us, but I just don't see that same level of respect for the parents in this fucking story.
Also, yeah, I agree with that first part, like what you said. And I said it in the beginning. I'm like, telling her you want her to hang out more at the house is going to do the opposite of what you think it's going to do. Like, there's nothing a teenager wants to hear less than I want you to stay more at the house. Because as a teenager, you're finally able to get out of the house. So, yeah. But I can't take any of the comments seriously when they're like, yeah, you're trying to maintain control. What control is she trying to maintain? There's no control being had.
I'm trying to check like OP's like, post history, but their shit is all hidden. Cause I'm just like, maybe it's a possible that they're a shit parent. Like that could be a possibility, but I don't know, bro.
That's a good possibility if like everyone is just fucking disrespecting you like this. But we're only going off of what we have. And I think, and again, hot take, I don't think the parent's wrong.
I chose a fucking wrong story to just pick randomly.
for the last one when we're just trying to...
I was just like, I'm gonna find something random. Like, shit.
People are gonna comment whether good or bad. So I guess it's
whether
fine.
Good or bad. Like,
I think we will get roasted.
That's fine. I like it actually. When the fucking comment section goes off on us, like that's more engagement. That's all.
Honestly, I would love to see your comments because I'm still not buying it. I'm not buying it from these comments on Reddit. Maybe y'all will give me more perspective.
All right. Moving on to the before we go, you did this last week, so I want to kind of copy you a little bit because it kind of drove a little bit of engagement. But if you are interested with 2 more stories where we discuss, one of them is asking if they're the asshole for ruining 2 sisters' relationships, or if you want to hear a story about someone putting a giant ugly statue on a lawn to spite an HOA, head on over to YouTube or head on over to our YouTube membership. Hit that join button. It's going to be on our show notes. Or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. You get 2 bonus stories, ad-free episodes, day early release, bonus streams, and so much more. So if you're interested, head on over there. All the links are going to be in the show notes. All right, Sean, that is it for this week's story. Let us know what you think, Wikimaniacs. Did the last story, did we piss you off, unfortunately? Are you going to yell at us in the comment section? If you do it nicely, please, because Josh reads those sometimes. And even if he's not part of the story, I don't want our boy getting worried about the things that we say. But before we close it off today, Sean, anything you'd like to say or add?
Reddit-on-wikishop.com. That's Reddit-on-wikishop.com. I get it if you don't want to buy it. But it'd be pretty cool if you did and help out a good cause. But also, It's a tough shirt. It's a tough shirt. So I get it.
Wait, what was that one other shirt that you made that you were like, people buy this because my feelings are getting hurt?
It was, I just shouldn't design merch anymore. It was the 69 jerseys.
And people bought it a lot during November though, which is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people bought it in November. And you know, I think I excel at making house shirts, shirts that you can only wear in the house.
All right. Well, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you, Sean, for giving your thoughts. We will see you guys on Monday. Bye.
Later.
Get therapy.